Ahem. I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize if the background noise is a little loud. I just cranked up the air conditioner a little bit because Brooklyn and I just got back from a walk and it's a little toasty outside. Okay. As you see in the title, it says, quote unquote, Save Robbie Hates Women. I wanted to take this opportunity to respond to that and kind of address the wonderful, amazing women in my life, throughout my life, and currently, and kind of just put things in perspective for people who have an open mind. This is a pre-recorded live stream because I do not have time to do a full live stream right now, so I will be in the chat listening with you all. So I would like for you to gather around.
No, no chance, no, no dance, no, no chance, no, no dance, no, no chance. Give me second chances.
That's so cool!
I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! My
You're also going to have to forgive me because I have a lozenge in my mouth as well. So first off, I wanted to... I've been feeling spirits around me lately. Did you hear that sound? That wasn't Brooklyn or anything else. Did that door just move? What am I seeing? What's in these? Rescue pastilles, natural stress relief? No. Side effects, so it would be hallucinations or sounds. Anybody can rewind and go ahead and see what that was? Matter of fact, I'm in the chat. Okay, since this is pre-recorded, I'll rewind and check it out myself. Did you see that? What's happening? There's a spirit in here. Hold on, we got to pause real fast. Let's turn on the ghost reader just quickly. Show yourself. I've been feeling a spirit in here lately, so hold on, I'll get to my point in just a minute, but we got to do this. Is there somebody in here with me? What do you have to say for yourself? There it goes. It's going up. It's going to answer me. What are you trying to say to me, Spirit? Because I've been feeling you around lately. You're very kind. I do feel that you're kind. Bathroom. Oh! You know where the sound came from is the laundry room is right here, and behind that is my bathroom. Who's in the bathroom, Spirit? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting off track, you guys. What's crazy about this is I have felt, ever since we came in here, I felt something in our bathroom, like towards that way. And Michael looked at me really strange. He was like, and I was like, there's something weird. And my sister came and cleansed it. But anyways, we'll get back to this later. Maybe we'll do a ghost stream in here and figure out what's going on in the bathroom. Okay, I did just clean it as well, so maybe Spirit is happy. Okay, sorry about that. Anyhow, you will often hear stuff, and you might think things like this. I think Robbie is drinking again. That's my opinion. He's all over the place. Sorry, he was a shithead to you. Maddie Ann says to that girl. That girl says, I hope he gets better no matter what it is. Thank you. I'm just going to take it as a sign to move on along. And then, okay. So now I'm not one to point out gender. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I dislike you for any other reason than that you've done something that made me angry or was hurtful or something like that. I feel, and it's in life in general, that often people will do something that makes you angry. And this is in my personal experience. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure people can relate. They'll do something to make you upset or angry. And then when you respond, I mean, yeah, you may be going through things in your life. Hold on, let me turn this off. My sister and I have been playing games together on iPhone. Then when you respond, there'll be a reason for it. Like people will say, oh, you're probably drinking, or you hate a certain gender of people or a certain group of people or something. And it's like, that was never mentioned. I have a lot of interactions with people. My boyfriend, Michael, will often ask me why my face is in my phone very often. And oftentimes I'm communicating with a lot of people in my life, in the world. And it's hard to find a time to catch up on all of it because you feel if you let it go, then you're going to be spending all of your time, if you sit down, like forever catching up on messages and stuff like that. And like that kind of stuff just bugs me. I'm kind of OCD with that. And the majority of people just so happen to be wonderful, beautiful women in my life. Now, I'm sure you know what's been going on, but if you're just coming across my channel and you don't freaking know who I am, or you've clicked on it from a drama stream, my name is Save Robbie on here, and I talk about my life. I talk about the things I'm going through. I talk about things I'm interested in. I communicate with ghosts. I do all sorts of shit. Jesus is my best friend. I freaking love him. I freaking love Joyce Meyer, who is a female. There's so many different wonderful things in the world. Now, what I don't like is I don't like not getting along with people. And I like to get to the bottom of things. One thing I've discovered in the YouTube streets is being an outspoken person like myself. There's a lot of people who, like, because I can fire out from the mouth. I got a sharp tongue when I'm pissed off. And that's something that I continuously try to correct. When it happens, I fail a lot of the time. And there's people, human beings, that I interact with on here, some in a very good way, and then some in not so good. And I often hear, because, I mean, if I look at my analytics on YouTube, the majority of the viewers are female. And then there's a small amount of males throughout the communities here, like in the communities that I associate with on YouTube. And I feel like there's a lot of angry people. I feel like, me personally, I might remind you of somebody in your life that have scorned you or hurt you, and you just simply don't like me for your own reasons. I often feel like there's people that use me as a punching bag because I see lots of comments. I'm very open about my struggles, things I've gone through in the past. And let me get over to this again, because I highlighted this comment for a reason. There's often comments like this. If I voice my opinion, people will blame it on something. They'll say he's drinking again. So I just want to say to this Maddie Ann person, I don't know how long or if you've ever paid attention to me, but I'm very open that methamphetamines was an issue for me in my life. And alcohol was just something that I weeded out for a while just to try to get over meth. So if I did decide to have a drink, that would be perfectly fine. And I think I haven't even drank in like over 2 weeks. And if I wanted to have a drink, I would. But see, if I were to respond to this woman in a negative way, they would respond and they would say, Save Robbie hates women. Now, I heard Crafton of the channel Crafton and Kim yesterday say that out loud. And I went into his chat and he said, Save Robbie hates women. And I'm thinking to myself, where do people come up with this stuff? Or why do they decide to speak for me? But then something clicked and made sense to me, because then he continued on to say that I'm a far right Trump supporter and that's my problem and I hate women and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, now things are starting to make a little bit more sense. I'm always open to having a conversation about religion, politics, anything like that, as long as people aren't going to speak for me or try to shut me up or not respect my opinion. I really can have a conversation with anybody. So with that being said, I have always gone against the grain, not to be a rebel, but because I like to think for myself. So if you don't know me, I am gay. I'm in a relationship with a man, and I've always thought for myself, even in the LGBTQ community. there's a lot of things that I don't agree with or don't support throughout that community. And I was bullied my childhood for being gay, even though I wasn't out until I was like 18 years old. And I hung out with pretty much all females. I had all female friends until high school. And then I kind of, mixed it up and had friends that were guys and stuff. So I've always loved females from the very beginning, got along with them, hung out with them, and they've always been supportive to me. But I've gone against the grain of, people telling me, oh, you're this or that. So I was bullied by people and saying, oh, you little sissy, you little girl, you hang out with girls. And I can tell you with everything in me that I've actually been bullied more for being a Republican and a Trump supporter from my own community of the LGBTQ community. And I go against the grain of that. I'm not afraid to go against, what's popular and what's this or that. And I think for myself, I'm also very close to Christ. And I often hear people talking, oh my God, listen to Robbie's mouth. He talked about Joyce Meyer and blah. First of all, Joyce Meyer is not God. Joyce Meyer is a female who I look up to, and she's also a fellow Gemini, because she's gone through terrible, horrible things in her life. And she used to be very crabby and very cranky. And it wasn't until later in her life that she started to chill out and build her relationship with God. And that's what I look up to. And I will often quote things that Joyce Meyer says or anything like that because it helps me. I talk about God and Christ because it's beautiful and it lifts me up and it inspires me and it cleanses everything. When I get so far deep into dramatic things on here, God is what gets me through it. And when I listen to Joyce Meyer, it helps me. Once again, that is a female who is an amazing inspiration in my life, one of the best. So people will use that against me. Oh, he's not a Christian. He's not that. I'm not perfect like Christ is. I would love to be just like him because he has shown me the most forgiveness in the world. He's beautiful, and he's shown me the most amazing things that no matter how many times you fall down, you can get back up and you can try again. And that's what I try to do to other people. Now, when I'm super angry in the very beginning, I don't want to do that. But something that I'm learning is that blowing up on people, snapping on people, it's never beneficial. It feels good in the moment. I'll fucking tell you that right now. But God, I'm still learning. So I think people think that just because you have a relationship with Christ or you say you're a Christian or whatever, that you're automatically supposed to be this role model and this example for people and this perfect person. Now, push the perfect person aside. I don't think no one's ever going to be perfect, but you can be an example for people and a role model. But you don't have to be perfect to do that. You can be an example. I feel the closer I get to Christ, he allows me to get hurt even more. And he allows me to go through things even more because I trust him to get me out of it. And I feel a lot more hurt and pain because I'm an example to show that I am not perfect. I make terrible decisions very often, and that's okay. And he still loves me, and that we should practice that forgiveness with others. Now, that doesn't mean we have to let people back in. But if there's change, or if people are falling down over and over again, that's why I say forgive over and over and over. Now, when people piss you off, you do not need to let them back in, especially if you're not seeing change in them. So I don't care if people, support someone or something's popular to do. As you can see on here, a lot of people don't like me because I'm not just going to go with the popular thing to do or what people are spreading and what's going to, often people will also say, you're going to lose a lot of subscribers, or I will lose subscribers, or people will disappear. That's not going to change my point of view. That's not going to change my views on the world, my views on situations and stuff like that. Or you're trying to make money off stuff. No, I make money perfectly fine otherwise, elsewhere. When I speak about something, it most likely has something directly to do with me. And I try to approach it in the best way I can. Now, I don't always accomplish that, but I am very passionate about my opinions. And no matter who you are, what gender, shape, size, color, political background, whatever it is, if you're going to be respectful, then I'm going to listen. I'm going to be respectful to you. Now, that doesn't happen very often, and it's very frustrating, and I've snapped very often on people. Now, the majority of those people just so happen to be women, okay? And I'm assuming this Maddie person is a woman that says this. So I often see things, taking digs at my sobriety or my religion or my political views or whatever it is, or saying I hate women or anything like that. So then I'm looking at this, and if I respond to it, it's almost like I'm not allowed because people, they're like, well, you're a man, don't get involved. But it's my situation. So when do the double standards stop? Because my issue here is I often feel like people want to silence or shut you up because I have a penis. And that in itself is sexist. You're never going to hear me telling someone to shut up because they're a female, telling someone to shut up because of their political beliefs, telling someone to shut up because of their religion or anything like that. Now, when you piss me off, I'll probably cut you down. And that's something I continuously know I need to work on. And I got a sharp tongue. But it's things like this that stir around in these communities that is very frustrating, especially if you have a platform and people begin to make videos of you. There's many people that make videos of myself, and they'll say the most strangest things that I don't even know where they came up with it, except for just assuming stuff. And one of the most frustrating parts is when people will say, well, I don't even watch Save Robbie's channel. I don't watch him. I won't watch him. But he's this and he's misogynistic and he's this and he's that. It's like, wait a minute, you said you never watched me. You may watch clips or whatever, but that is the point of these clip channels. They only want you to see one part of somebody, and that's it. Their agenda is to push one narrative. Now, there's a channel out there called the Portland Archives. This is somebody who does not reveal their identity or anything about themselves, but they'll often say about me or other people like Lycan or other people that we're using Mrs. Portland for our agenda. But I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching these clips on this channel, your entire channel is about Mrs. Portland. You're using her. The problem is, I don't think people, if they revealed who they were, showed their face, or who they were at all, would be speaking or addressing the same things the same way that they're doing in secrecy and being incognito. Now, that brings me to this channel, Holly Lewis and the News. This person is very flip-floppy, and they asked me, because they made a post about me, they're like, Save Robbie's so triggered that I made a joke about one of his titles of his videos along with the thumbnail. And the thumbnail was a picture of me and 3 other of my friends on YouTube. And the title of my video was Idiots of the Internet. Now, the reason I said anything to this Holly person is because she's been so nice to me all the time. So nice. But as soon as she finds some sort of content or a narrative or a popular thing to do, she has to flip. Now, I was never friends with her because she doesn't even reveal who she is. So how could you be friends with somebody like that? They're technically not even real. Okay? They're just a voice on the internet that blabs. So as soon as I say something to this person, they're like, oh my God, Save Robbie's so triggered. No, I'm just wondering why you're flip-flopping just for content. That's what's confusing. I often put my email, invite people up on panels to speak or whatever it is, or I'll even go into somebody's chat and they'll completely ignore or block. And so there's no resolution and there's no working it out. So when I find myself in a situation like that, the first thing is to try to work something out. But then again, if somebody's entire channel is about fighting with others or using dramatic stuff for content, then they don't want to work it out because that would take away their whole purpose. Like the Portland Archives, their whole purpose is to stir dramatic stuff. And if Mrs. Portland were to just be 100% silent, that channel would have no more content ever again, because Mrs. Portland is the fuel for that channel. So with that being said, let me get back to Holly before I get to my whole point of this entire video, because I've been blabbing for 20 minutes. This Holly Lewis and the News person, I say to them, you don't show your face, but they often are very strong with their opinions. Now, not just her, but many other channels. They don't show who they are. This Tick Turtle Gum person has a channel. There's many channels that they do not show who they are. Most of them won't even speak with their normal voice. They'll type words on a screen or whatever. And I find it so interesting, because I mentioned to this Holly person, I said, and then I'm going to be looked at as a woman hater because she's female, and they use that. But I said to them, it'd be interesting to see how you spoke if you actually came on camera. It'd be interesting to see how people twist and their attitude changes, and with how aggressive they are with their opinions. I'm very interested to see all of you, not just Holly, but many of you, how your demeanor would completely change if you showed who you were or came on camera. Because somebody like myself who comes on camera, people will use that against me often. If maybe I don't feel good that day, or I don't want to get ready or whatever, they'll go after your looks, anything like that. But as soon as you say anything back to these people or challenge them, all of a sudden you're this hateful person. There's so many channels out there that have my face, my videos, my life story on their channel, and they're bashing it, like bashing the shit out of it. And a lot of them I don't even respond to at all. But then when I do, all of a sudden they're like, mind your own business. Or, you're just triggered. And it's like, dude, you're using my face, my video, my story, my opinions. You're using me. So if I'm going to respond to it, it's not because you're a female. It's not because you're anything other than an asshole. Okay. It's not because you're a man. It's not because of anything else, but the fact that you put my name in something or my face. And that's what's frustrating about it. So this Holly person, she continues to go on and she says, well, I don't show my face because I do agree with you. I am ugly and I have this dysmorphic disorder or whatever. And okay. And yeah, you may not talk about people's looks, Holly, but you are very vocal about people. So if you're aware of that, the thing that confuses me is, why make your presence on the internet at all if you're not going to be fully confident in who you are and what you stand for? And I'll tell you why right now. And Holly said it herself. It's because they are self-conscious about stuff. I think we're all self-conscious in some way, shape, or form about something, whether it's inside or out of our bodies, right? So one thing you have to understand is, when you take somebody like myself and I open up to you and I talk about anything from my religion to my sobriety to my past to my sex life in the past, or I open up about anything and you use that against me, or you use it as content, and then I fire back at you with something and just challenge you to turn your camera on, then you turn around and, people often come up with excuses. Well, I'm this, or I look this way because of that, and I don't turn on my camera. I'm not sorry when I say this, but if you cannot be fully confident with who you are as a human being inside and out, then I can't take you seriously. So yeah, I fired back at Holly in a pretty shitty negative way. But again, you are the one putting your opinions out there. You are the one out there making everybody else's business yours, and then expecting them just not to respond. Or when they do, you're like, oh, they're triggered. Or no, actually, you're triggered and you're also very nosy. If my opinions over here on my channel trigger you so much that you have to go and dedicate making videos or community posts or entire channels based on me, or if Miss Portland does that or anybody else, and you're so triggered you actually have to do that, but you have to hide behind something, regardless of what you look like, feel like, or whatever, you're not very confident in yourself or your opinions. And that's not because you're a male, female, whatever your religion is. It's not because of any of that. So in conclusion, I want to say that my opinions can be very controversial a lot of the times, but I'm never going to go with the flow of things. If I like somebody, if I support somebody like Lycan, people are going after him really hard right now and making up rumors and stuff. And again, they're calling him a woman hater and stuff, but they're completely ignoring all the wonderful female support, all the wonderful people that come around that Lycan's nice to, and just trying to paint a narrative. So let me get into the females in my life, like my Aunt Sally, who I lived with for 4 years. We never got in one fight. Okay. Joyce Meyer. The majority of the music I listen to, like Doja Cat's my favorite. Christina Aguilera was my favorite at one point. Sarah Bareilles is my favorite. Emily King. I freaking love music by females. I love female actresses. I have so many female friends. I have a really good female friend that goes by the name of Lokamai. Her channel name is The Lokamai Life. I love her so much and trust her so much that she has the passwords to my emails and my channels. I trust her with everything. She's amazing. See, but people will ignore that, and I've never said with my mouth that I hate women. And to even before I came on here, because I was listening to Joyce Meyer this morning, trying to be more peaceful, and I'm like, how do I say this without, because I never want to come on and be like, oh, I need to cover my ass and say I love women. No, stop painting a narrative of something that doesn't exist. I really am the type of person where treat me the way you want to be treated. Now, something I'm working on again is if you treat me poorly, normally I'm going to treat you poorly back, and I'm going to get the job done by hurting your feelings. And that is something that I'm continuously working on a daily basis. But to all the people that I offer consistently just to either let things be or work things out, email me, let's talk, why won't you accept that? Because I love interacting with people. I love communicating. I love talking to people. And it's very frustrating when you have a brick wall that you're talking to that is not listening, but they're running their mouth, painting narratives, not wanting to come to a resolution. And then you do have people that are close to you that wonder, oh, well, maybe you need to get off the internet. Maybe you need to stop going on YouTube or checking YouTube or anything. No, my channel and meeting the people I have has saved Robbie. Save Robbie is my channel for a reason. It's not to go with your narrative. It's not so I can be cool or popular or fit in with somebody else. It is because it is a place where I come to meet people, to interact with people, to get my opinions out, to get my voice out there. And I'm not going to stop doing that. And I know there's people in my life that don't understand, or they may think that you have an addiction to the internet or vlogging or your channel. But I have met a lot of people and become a part, whether it's in my community on my channel or with other people, that I connect with people and I talk to people all day long. The majority of them being women, wonderful women in my life. That's why I come on here. And if you so happen to come on my channel and the whole month I'm talking about dramatic stuff or life or whatever, yeah, life is dramatic, but it's always going to be something that I am directly involved in. So to all the clip channels out there that like to clip me, stick their nose in my business without knowing anything, those are the people that truly love drama. Those are the people that truly love stirring the pot and seeing people upset. I don't. But if you start something with me, I'm usually going to respond to it. And no matter what I'm going through on my channel or in my life, I often respond. But I am trying to work on, doing things in my life that are good for me, working out, trying to eat more healthy, sleep better, have better sleeping patterns, and spend time with my boyfriend and my dog and my hamster and all that stuff. That's what I like to do. And if there's drama on my channel, yeah, it feels good to vent about it. It feels really good. Even if I'm cussing somebody out, that feels good too. But it also feels good to come to resolutions with people. And that's something that's really hard for me, is when that's denied, because then you're like, oh, it's so frustrating. If you here's the thing before I go. If you don't want a resolution, then stop talking about it. Stop talking about things. Stop bickering back and forth, because it's only going to make things worse. If you truly, when these people get on their channels and they say, oh my God, I want this to stop, I'm so tired of this, but they never swallow their pride and take somebody's offer to have peace, or have peace even within yourself. They deny that. And it is a continuous problem. You are going to get out of shape in your life. You are going to get stressed and maybe binge eat or go into whatever addictions you have or anything like that. And it's not good. It becomes a negative place to be, and a negative addiction. So we all need to take better care of ourselves and each other, and reset and refresh and start over again. So with that being said, to all of the humans that I have upset, here's a chance to reset and start over again. And do something nice for somebody today. Say something nice to somebody. Now, I did this pre-recorded because I wanted to go on my rant without, interruptions or having to read anything or get my thoughts distracted, because that already happens anyways. But I wanted to get all of that out. If you're new or you've seen my channel and you think, oh, I've heard he's an asshole, or I've only seen him when he's angry and ranting, I'm not going to watch him or whatever. Just realize that everybody is human beings, okay? And if you're going to listen to clip channels or whatever it is, and not listen, not just to me, but to other people, and not actually take the time to look into something or see why somebody's upset or anything like that, then I'd say you need to open your mind a little bit more, a bit more. So to all the females, the men, and all walks of life on here, I wish you a peaceful day. And again, do something nice for people. Stop being dicks, okay? And loosen up a little bit. Now, the rest of the day, I'm going to try my hardest to just kind of meditate and kind of stay away from my phone just for the day. Maybe just listen to calming stuff or more Joyce Meyer or anything like that. Which, again, is used against, oh my God, he quotes Joyce Meyer all the time. He hates women, but he listens to Joyce Meyer all the time. Love Joyce Meyer. You know what? Next thing you do today before you click on a drama stream, how about you listen to something positive? Choose to go out of your way to type something positive in the search engine, whether it's a motivational video, type in motivational quotes on YouTube, type in Joyce Meyer, type in whatever lifts you up, rather than clicking on another drama video today. So if you see one of my old drama videos pop up from the last week or year or whatever, don't click on it and choose to go out of your way to watch something positive. With that being said, have a beautiful day.
No chance. No dance. No chance. No dance. No chance. Give me second chances.